This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Keystone Hideout travel trailer. The model number is 30RLDS. Okay, and this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, so here we have power stabilizers. One switch controls both rear. The switch up front controls both front. This is just an outside shower slash sprayer. You have a slide out on both sides, the door side and off door side slide. You have a power awning with LED strip. Outside speakers, of course. There's your front stabilizer. You're getting a hitch with this, so this is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Okay, as we move around, power tongue jack. Okay, LP tanks, battery box for battery, pass-through storage, of course. These are your water hookups here. This is the city water hookup, the most common way to get water to the trailer. You just hook the hose up, turn it on, and you're all set. If you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here. So let's say you're boondocking somewhere. Before you get to the campground, you fill this, and then you use your electric pump, your 12-volt pump that's inside the trailer to pump the water. All the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You just be pumping from the tank. I'll show you where the switch is when we get inside. And this is the black tank flush here. So after you dump your valves, or dump your tanks, I mean, you'll keep the black tank valve open. And that's what this sticker is telling us. Leave the black tank valve open before you hook the hose onto here and turn on the water. You don't want too much pressure to build up, okay? This is the vent for your furnace. Of course, these are dump valves here. This is your water heater. Right now the water heater is empty and it's empty. It's been drained out, and the valves on the back are bypassed, so it's in winter mode. There's an electric heating element behind this cover here, and there's your gas burner valve. I'll show you the switches to operate it when we get inside. Never run the water heater without water in the tank. Make sure you fill it up before you use it. Okay. You fill it up by hooking up your city water. You'll put the plug back in, obviously, and you'll put the bypass valves in the correct position in the back of the water heater, put it to camping position. And then you'll just, with the city water turned on to the trailer, you turn on a hot water valve inside in your kitchen sink, whatever. And water or air will spurt out of there, and it'll spurt out, and then it'll be a mixture of air and water. When you get solid water coming out, you know that the tank is full at that point, okay? This is a vent for the range hood. If you're cooking and venting to the outside, you want this baffle here to be flapping freely. You can see there's two finger holes there. You can just pop it open so it flaps freely. You have your 50 amp power cord. It's a 50 amp system, and we give you a 30 amp converter to convert it down if your campground only has 30 amp hookups. Just about all of them have 50s now. So this is just cable through. Yeah, it's pre-wired for a backup camera, as you can see. If you noticed on the side of the trailer, at the marker lights on the front door side and off door side, that's also prepped for a camera kit also, so you could add cameras all the way around if you wanted to. You have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states, I think, every 90 days you should inspect the roof, so make sure you keep after it to make sure there's nothing that you should know about happening up there, no damage or any problems, okay? That's part of owning a trailer, and people, generally speaking, do not inspect the roof enough, so make sure you take care of that. Okay, so your control panel, your two slide outs here. This KIT is, I guess, it's a kitchen, so that would be the off-door slide, or off-door side slide. And then this one, I'm not sure what that means, but it's the door side slide right here. Okay, your power awning. Never leave the awning out unattended. When you're not at the trailer, roll it in so it doesn't get damaged. Lights, and then of course you have your to light your water heater on gas is here. To turn on the electric heating element is here. Most people, when they get to the campground, will run their electric heating element while they're there. And if you're going to use the shower, then they'll kick on the gas burner to get more hotter water and more of it. Your water pump switch is here, right there. And you use that water pump, like we said, to pump water out of the fresh water tank. If you don't have city water, you also use that to winterize the trailer. That's the awning light there. And of course your levels are here, your battery, fresh water, so on and so forth, okay? Your thermostat works like any other thermostat. You hit the mode button, you just keep hitting the mode button until you get to the mode you want. Right now it's on furnace, obviously, so pretty self-explanatory. Your keys are here. Let's see, this is your power converter right here. So this converts AC to DC power. So on this side you have regular 120 amp or 120 amp AC circuit breakers, right? Just like you'd have at home, and they're labeled. So that's your AC distribution center there. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side, so you got 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled. So there's your 12 volt DC. So that's where your 12 volt comes from. It also the battery up on the tongue is 12 volt DC also. So it's gonna as long as you're plugged into shore power, it's gonna sense how much energy your battery up front has and needs, and as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll keep your battery charged up also. So it's your AC distribution center, it's your AC to DC converter, and your battery charger all in one. That's called the power converter. Okay. This is probably just what have we got here? A pantry. Okay. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood. We talked about it. If you're going to use the fan, it vents to the outside, so you want to open that little baffle outside if you're doing that. Always travel with your cover down on your range. To operate it, this is a sparker. So you're just going to set these to where you need them, and spark it. It'll light. When the gas is turned on, it'll light, and you'll have obviously there's a knob for each burner, or excuse me, a knob for each burner, and then you have this one's for the oven. The oven's a little different. It has a pilot light down here all the way at the back, right? So you're going to turn this till you see the little pilot light picture there, and you're going to depress it. You keep it depressed while you're lighting it. You light it, keep sparking, and once you see the pilot light light, you still hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you're going to go to whatever operating temperature you want. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven, okay? And then you have a ambient light and an oven light there, okay? Alrighty. Had a hard time getting that one out, but I did it, so. Your refrigerator is 12 volt DC refrigerator. On, off, temperature up and down, and then there's like energy saving modes like nighttime mode, that sort of thing, but it runs on 12 volt DC. Obviously, now this is the digital antenna is these little buttons you see here that turn the green LEDs on and off. That's when they're on, it's telling you that your digital antenna is on. So whenever you're using the antenna for TV, you always want to make sure that they're on, or you won't get a good signal. When it comes to your sound, you have AM, FM radio, you have a USB drive, of course, you have Bluetooth, inside and outside speakers, you have an HDMI in also. So if you want to run like a portable Blu-ray player or something, you could plug it right into the front there. And of course your fireplace, which is a space heater. It really kicks out the heat. So on those days where you don't quite need your furnace running, you can use campground power and save your limited supply of LP gas just by running the space heater slash fireplace. Okay. This is a hide-a bed, so you take the back cushions off and you grab it here, you fold it out, drop the legs, and you have a extra bed. Of course, your recliners. There's one thing I'm looking for and I haven't seen. I must have walked past it. Let me look around here. Oh, here's your vacuum. Okay. There you go. And this is what I was looking for here. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be glowing green like it is. If not, get it serviced. Never just ignore it. If it's not working, get it taken care of immediately. It's obviously very important, okay? Alrighty, so as we walk towards the back, I'm looking around to see if I forgot anything. Looks like we've got it. Okay. Some lights here. Okay, so you have your fan up here, obviously with a lid on it. This particular plug here is a GFCI. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, even the one on the outside. So even though it doesn't look like a GFCI like this one does, it's still wired through one. So anytime you have trouble with a receptacle, always think GFCI first and look around, and there'll probably be 2 of them in this trailer, and just reset it at the appropriate one, okay? Your toilet works like all RV toilets do in that there's a flush pedal right here, and when you get to the campground, you're going to dump a dose of chemical right in the bowl. You're going to stand on the flush pedal so you put at least a gallon of water into the tank along with the chemical, and it's ready to be used. You can use more than a gallon of water, just don't use less. Most people use more. Never skip that step. If you run it dry without chemical and water, it'll be a mess. It'll get clogged up, it'll smell terrible, it'll just be a mess. So always make sure you use at least a gallon of water and chemical. Okay? Alrighty. When it comes to your shower door, always latch it in this open position when you're traveling. You don't want them sliding around, because they will break if they slide. If they hit the right way at the right time, they'll crack. But if you keep them latched in this position, you'll never have an issue with it. Okay. Fire extinguisher. Let's go up to the bedroom. Okay. So, this is pre-wired for a second air conditioner. Okay? So, that's the reason this is a 50 amp system. It's pre-wired for a second AC. So if you ever want to add another one, a 13.5, we do it here. You can get it done elsewhere, but it's already wired, so it's a pretty simple install. Okay. TV, obviously, there's your hookups there. Remember what I told you about the button with the green LED in the other room there? That's got to be on to get a good picture. You've got some storage underneath here. I think, let me look. If I can get it up here and see. Let me try it this way. Okay. Yeah, just storage. Okay. And then of course you have your emergency escape. This works like they all do. You just push it through. You need to push it all the way through. Then you grab a hold of the red tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape in an emergency. Okay. And that about covers it in here, I believe, yes? So, okay. So, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof regularly, every 90 days or so. You don't know what's happening up there unless you look, so somebody should take a look. Be very careful, obviously. And right now this is winterized. The water heater is bypassed, it's drained empty, and there's antifreeze in the system, so you're all set for the winter time, okay? Thank you.